Welcome back, folks. Today we're gonna talk about Ramada. Now, Ramada is one of the units you get at level 99 if you start out as of today. It's part of the beginner program, so if you're starting out a new account, you get a level 99 with the first summon. If you don't, you still have to level her up. Now, the question becomes dual. If you are an old player, should you raise a Ramada to 120? I'm gonna straight out say the answer is yes. If you're a new player, should you raise Ramada to 120? Yes. Yeah, end of the video. See you next time. I'm just kidding, but it's true. Now let's remove the Trustmaster so we can take a good look. I'm sorry, the equipment, the favorites equipment. Because things have changed. We have access now to a new lens that is fantastic, but I think it's kind of I think it's probably gonna go in the Farplane archives. I think I have this feeling. We're gonna see. So, first of all, what's with the volume? Whatever, it's your problem. She's a Lancer. She's got Spellblade and Thief as jobs, so pretty decent. She's got good agility, as you can see here. Decent dexterity, average luck. She's chunky. She has a lot of HPs. She has less attack than Lilith, so she's not gonna have that humongous attack stat. She has some spirit, and the Trustmaster is... it is what it is. If you don't have anything better, it is usable. Now let's talk about the jobs. Now, Lancer, as always, is in a bad position because of his abilities are kind of weird. Spellblade is good if you want to be a tank. That's a fantastic sub-job for Ramada. And then we have Thief. Now, given the fact that Ramada has some spirit resistance, you can check her stats here. She has 7 given by her job. We can set her abilities. We have Providence of Fire giving us the necessary magic attack resistance and fire resistance. She has Thief lore, move +1 raises agility, and that's great. Now you have Deadly Mastery, which raises critical hit, Pierce Mastery, which increases pierce attack. You have then Providence of Fire, and you have Thief lore. Now, you also have acquired AP, but we don't care about that. We don't talk about those things. Good abilities. Providence of Fire is good if you are planning on tanking magic damage, or Ifrit, or any fire unit. If you are not planning on being a tank, just pop a Pierce Mastery or a Deadly Mastery. Now, critical hit rate is nice because it allows you to do more damage. Now, Pierce Mastery increases the damage you're gonna do with pierce attacks. It's choose one of the two, pick one of the two. If you wanna go for a crit damage build, get crit rate. If you're gonna go with a full-on damage, just go and take Pierce Mastery. Now she has some spells which we're not gonna go through because they're useless, since they scale with magic. Taunting spell is notable because it allows her to tank and get aggro if you need that. She also has Mag, whatever. Steal time if you want to prolong the chain for some reason. The abilities she has as a Lancer, which is what I recommend you set her up to, is Vacuum Slash, large damage, piercing, raise on critical hit rate for 3 turns. 3 squares, so if you have 3 people in a line, you can pierce all of them and do large damage. She also has Earth and Glory, which is an AoE centered around herself, which is also decent, but costs a lot of APs, and it is only medium damage in an AoE fashion. Sharp Spirit Tranquil, raise own attack and critical hit rate, and the upgrade to EX makes it possible to lower the hate she has. So obviously if you're going for a tank, you're not gonna use this one. We're gonna have Manastrike. Manastrike is the workhorse of Ramada, as it allows her to disable enemy bosses. This is especially useful in selection quests for water, because if you can throw these on Ramu or a Golem or any other Esper you're gonna fight there, or any boss, they will basically be forced to auto attack for a couple of turns, which is great. It doesn't deal any damage, just remove all the APs. Burst Slash deal magic damage, piercing and knockback. Between this and Vacuum Slash, I do recommend Vacuum Slash. Shadow Stick is gonna do medium damage and chance of inflicting Immobilize. Again, it's an AoE, so in a line in front of you. Then we have the Obliterate Annihilation. This is a fantastic ability. It costs very little. It costs 10 AP, so that's minuscule AP cost. It deals medium damage in a 1, 2, 3 range. Fantastic. It's piercing, so it's like the Vacuum Slash, if I can find it, but it deals less damage. However, Vacuum Slash costs 33, this one costs 10. Has a chance of inflicting doom, which is not that great, considering the current time it takes to clear a stage. And there's a chance of inflicting paralysis on target for 3 turns. This is fantastic, this is great. This is a great ability. Obviously, we have evasion rate for Thief Job's ability. We also have resist magic here to tank better. We do have magic barrier too, and that's about it. As for her enhancements, she has Sharp Spear enhancement, like I said. Obliterate enhancement, giving you the ability to do those things. And then she had Dread Spear Dive. Jesus. Removes all buffs from the target, then deals damage medium to target. And as a bazillion of range, this thing has 6 range. You can lob this thing from one side of the map to the other. So she's very usable on Arena, for instance, where people usually buff and then they start running towards you. She can just lob this spear at one of the targets and he loses all of his buffs. So great ability. You can even kite enemies with these things. It's fantastic. It's great. So subjobs, unless you're tanking, I do recommend setting it up as a Lancer. Or if you're having trouble with AP generation, a Thief should be a good subjob. Now you have Manastrike, Burst Slash and Shadow Stick here in your subjob, so if you want to remove AP you need to keep her as a Lancer. You only have one buff, which is the Sharp Spear. So if you switch to Thief, she has Shadow Cast, which increases own evasion rate, and that's about it. Well, you can use Steal Vision, Steal Time, and to get some APs, although they are not buffs. She has Snipe Dagger, sure, but I wouldn't keep her in Thief formation. I would keep her in Lancer because of the Manastrike. So we're not tanking, so I'm gonna go with, let's say, Pierce Mastery. I'm gonna change from Magic Guard to Counter Thrust. Master ability Chew. Whether unit allies max HP 10%, paralysis resistance plus 25, or max TP 30%, I don't know why. Attack 30%, pierce attack 20, paralysis activation rate up, which is great for her Dread Spear Dive. Now, for the Espers, obviously, she's gonna be using Leviathan. Right here. So Leviathan is a Pierce Esper with some water attack up. So it's gonna be great. Also it boosts critical damage, so if you want to go for a critical hit rate build, you're gonna have a nice time here. So this is the only Esper you can give her. For Vision card, it goes without saying we're gonna use her Vision card. So let's go to the events. Let's complete the EX quest here. Brutal. We're going to be playing with my water team. Now we need to do some switching because I made a showcase for Glaciela. So I'm gonna take the Holy Lance. The Holy Lance is a game changer. Now this spear at +5 gives you 20% defense piercing rate up, which is only available in the Stoss Spear as pierce attack resistance, which is this is a limited spear though, you cannot get it. I don't think you can get this one, but I think you will be able to get this in the far plane. I have this weird feeling because it came out with Mashuri. This is another raid spear, doesn't give you pierce resistance. There is nothing that gives you pierce resistance in this game as a spear other than this spear. One spear from Final Fantasy 3, I think, something like that, or whatever it is, 4 maybe. And so this spear will be the best spear I can get on Ramada. I'm sorry, Glaciela, but you've just been downgraded. I'm sorry. Now, as for armor, instead of having this plate, you can give her the smart coat for some spirit reduction, spirit damage reduction. Now we're gonna use the bells. Now Ramada has an issue here. She doesn't have much in the way of regenerating APs, so it makes sense to give her the bells or any AP regeneration item, really. Now as for Esper, she's gonna take her Esper obviously back. Thank you, Glaciela. You can have Odin, yes, go for it, Glaciela. Now obviously her best vision card should be the Clairvoyant Astrologer. She gives it attack up 35, acquire AP 35% to the party. For water unit, magic attack resistance up 20. Unit attack resistance up if you are one of the Lancers. And if you are Ramada, you get defense piercing rate up 20 and pierce attack 10, which synergizes with the weapon, so you have defense piercing rate of 40. Pierce attack up is nice, and you also have the armor piercer ability. So this is the best in slot for Ramada. Okay. Now secondary vision card. If you don't have another unit like Glaciela, you can give her the Glaciela vision card, this one, with pierce attack, critical damage up and agility up. But since I have Glaciela, I will not be equipping that on Ramada. You can give this one to Ramada. She gets the slash attack resistance and max HP up. Not that great. So for sub vision card, I do strongly recommend you give like a general buff to the party, like critical hit rate up, this is nice. Attack up 10%, this is also nice. Chocobo is also a nice vision card. Obviously the Snow White Guard is also a nice vision card because it gives you critical damage up. And I don't think you can get much else as sub vision cards. I think this is like as much as you can get. Yeah, pretty much. So, oh, you can put one of these cards with all elemental attacks. What is that? Well, it is what it is. I wouldn't waste too much time on that. So, are we ready? I think we are ready. So let's go, embark, and see what she can do. You probably have seen Ramada during my Glaciela's showcase. I think Ramada is a great unit, and she's totally worth the resources. It's one of the first units you should bring to 120, in my opinion, after Mont, of course. She starts at 99. Man, the sound is so low, I don't know why. Alright, so farm is gonna do farm things. Let's begin by one-shotting this thing. Okay. Is this a showcase of Ramada or, you know? Okay, I cannot kill these things, so I'm just gonna have to buff myself. Do I want this one or do I want this one? I want this one. Okay, Ramada, as you can see, she can do nothing here. Why can you not do anything? Because I'm not in line. Look, she does even more damage than Glaciela. She is that good, alright? But as much as I would love to stay here and talk about these things, I was saying I'm gonna go with Sharp Spear. because I want to showcase her abilities, not the bells.
Allow me to show you why they call me the Crimson Whirlwind.
Sure, bro. Let's begin by taking care of this guy.
This?
Okay, can stay there.
This battle shall be ours.
Okay, can we kill this thing? I think we can. There you go. Wolves are not a big threat here.
Impossible. I shall not give in.
Ooh.
You must be faster.
Alright, so I can showcase the damage here of Ramada. Stunning Thrust, nice.
Pierce through the enemy.
Okay, you need to do some shenanigans here. Can I do that like so?
Do not worry.
Okay, you need to Azuna this thing. No. Cast Azuna on Ramada. We need to remove the slow.
For victory.
Does it work? Nope, it's not slow. It must be erased then. Anyway, we have Obliterate Annihilation. Look at the damage. 5.1. If I use Vacuum Slash, I do 5.6. So it's even better. Manastrike, I remove all the APs from these guys. So yeah, pretty much a solid ability. So we can also do Armor Piercer to reduce the Dread Spear Drive is gonna do some damage. Shadow Stick 3.6, Burst Slash 5.1. So you can pretty much see the best ability I'm gonna do is not Obliterate because it gives Doom. It's gonna be Vacuum Slash. Hopefully we're gonna take them down.
How do you feel about
There you go. The critical hit damage from Leviathan is, and the critical hit rate up from Ramada is gonna just be that good. Alright, let's take care of these guys here. No problem.
all according to calculation?
And now watch this trick. If I can do it. Can you move? Oh, you have Doom. Nice, thank you. Alright, let's just drop some... Oh, you can't do anything about it, can you?
A strategic move.
Alright. Okay, Chocobos are gonna start spawning now. Okay. Maybe. Let's kill the healing Chocobos. Oh boy, Ramada is so slow. Okay, Lunatic Voice is not gonna do much. Yeah, well, you have to take my word for it, so I'm not gonna wait for him to do this spell again. So he's gonna lose all his AP if Ramada strikes a Manastrike on him. Obviously she has been slowed because the game is playing against me, so it is what it is.
Wide open.
You know what? Let's just wait. Okay, Ramada is gonna come here. She's gonna do Obliterate Annihilation for 3.9k damage, or... Where is he? Is he on the same... Okay, there you go. This is nice damage. Night Oak is even less. So we should probably do Obliterate Annihilation. There you go. Almost killed this guy. We take the kill with Glaciela. No. Just keep attacking, keep attacking. We got this. So, as you can see, she has very good damage and very good... Sadly, she got slowed, so I couldn't show you properly how to
Enemy successfully suppressed.
use her the best way possible. But I've showcased how she can one-shot these chocobos over there, those chocobos over there. So overall, great unit. I absolutely recommend you get her to 120 and get a nice spear for her. And she, unlike Glaciela, which you have to build, you get her to level 99 now, and she's easy to get to 120 because you can use a selection ticket from water selection quests, and she's the only mega rare unit where you can apply the ticket, so she's a natural 120. Is she worth the resources? Absolutely. Yeah, I think she's worth every single resource you put into her. And yeah, that's Ramada. You can run in or tank in tank mode. I've made a video about Ramada being used as a tank, where she stands there and tank Phoenix. You can go watch that video if you want to see her in tank mode. This was Ramada as a DPS. Fantastic unit. Get her to 120 now, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.